This is CTV News with Nafisa Karim.
I've had this dream for a really long time. I've put everything into this farm.
Tonight, swift backlash to proposed bylaw changes in the Cowichan Valley. Why farmers and business owners say it could change their way of life.
This community together is something happy that's happening in the world for change.
Being a soccer person, you just want to support everything that's soccer.
Warming up for kickoff, downtown Victoria becomes the test site for FIFA celebrations ahead of the World Cup. Plus, Adam finds out how a small feathered family here is making a big impact with people around the world. Later on the Sawatsky sign-off. Good evening and thank you for joining us. Stress levels are high in the Cowichan Valley as farmers and business owners face new proposed changes to zoning bylaws. The regional district is reviewing its bylaws in the hopes of streamlining them. As CTV's Andy Garland shows us, some residents say the proposed changes would destroy their way of life.
Two baby goats are the newest addition to Casey and Finnegan's, a hobby farm in Ladysmith that's been in business the past 5 years.
I've had this dream for a really long time. I've put everything into this farm and this property and this business.
The same can be said for Drifter's Creamery, a food truck that has been in the same location for 3 years in Cobble Hill and will open for its 4th season tomorrow.
We've had so much support here, growth every year, the word's getting out that we're here, so people just really enjoy the product and the love and care that goes into it.
The two different businesses are somewhat connected as they fall within the Cowichan Valley Regional District, which is currently in the early stages of a comprehensive zoning bylaw.
Taking 10 separate individual zoning bylaws and combining them into one comprehensive zoning bylaw. And zoning bylaws are essentially the rules that tell us how we can use land.
Casey and Finnegan's Farm says the proposal would change their land from R2 to R1, removing its agricultural designation.
I wouldn't be allowed to have horses, ponies, chickens. I could have 6 in a cage. With no rooster, I couldn't have goats anymore.
These are the soft serve machines.
Bylaws surrounding food trucks would also change, and Drifter's Creamery says they would have to pack up and leave their location every day, which would ruin their business as the truck needs to be plugged in 24/7.
I make my own ice cream here, fresh daily. It is a liquid mix, and I can't drive around with liquid mix in my ice cream machines.
The regional district says the plan is to modernize outdated zoning bylaws, adding that the process is only in the draft stage.
We're hearing a lot of strong messages from parts of our community, which is completely understandable when people are feeling like there may be changes to their property or their way of life.
The CVRD will begin public engagement in May and encourage people to go to the Plan Your Cowichan website. Andy Garland, CTV News, Cowichan Valley.
Victoria police are investigating a suspicious fire at a playground in the Fernwood neighborhood. It happened around 1 a.m. on Tuesday at Stadacona Park, which sits between Begbie Street and Pandora Avenue. The slide has melted. Other parts of the play structure are burned black from the heat. The main play structure has been destroyed. A forensics team has been deployed, and investigators are looking for whoever did this to the playground. It opened just 3 years ago and cost the city of Victoria around $750,000. Police are asking anyone with information to contact Vic PD. Some top island talent is preparing to go toe-to-toe with the world's best in robotics. Teams from 2 Vancouver Island high schools are going to the World Championships in St. Louis this year. CTV's Brendan Strain caught up with 3 of them as they gear up for the Robot Showdown.
It takes collaboration.
You work together since it's 2v2.
Also needed, an engineering mind.
It's all designed by students.
Robots, created to compete in a ring against other robots, placing as many of these cubes in a tube to score points. And for the first 15 seconds of every competition, the robots must be autonomous.
If you win the autonomous period, you get 10 points that cannot be taken away from you.
Then then for the next 1 minute and 45 seconds, it's fast-paced robot chaos, with the winning team having the most cubes within these tubes once the clock has run out. Out of 50 high school teams on Vancouver Island, 24 qualified for the Island Finals. The top 4 teams from that competition go to the World Finals in St. Louis, Missouri. Of those 4 teams this year, 3 are from Claremont Secondary School in Saanich.
That's a pretty big deal.
It's really exciting.
Competition is going to be stiff, with more than 840 teams competing from 40 different countries.
I think that our goal and everybody's goal is just farther than last year.
Last year, 2 teams qualified for the Worlds in Dallas, Texas. 1 team managed to place 9th in their division of 84 teams, which wasn't good enough to get them into the finals.
What do you think the chances are that the team from Claremont can win it all?
Pretty high.
The teams are made up of 5 students each, clocking thousands of hours into the design, code, and refining of the machines. There's also a separate award for the team's engineering notebook.
So the judges are able to see our entire thought process of how we put everything together.
From ideas that failed to ones that worked, which finally resulted in the robot's final design.
It's kind of amazing that Claremont took 3 out of the 4 spots available. It's just awesome to represent our school at an international competition.
The 2026 Beck's Robots World Championships takes place on April 21st to the 30th. Another team from the Cowichan Valley will also compete in the competition, showing what these young minds are capable of on the world stage. Brendan Strain, CTV News, Saanich.
Just when you thought the game was over, the province pulls the construction crews off the bench and sends them back to the Keating Crossroad flyover. The province says crews took a short winter break from the project on Highway 17 and will be back on site with nightly lane closures beginning tomorrow. Expect both directions between Tanner Road and Island View Road to be construction zones with single lanes from 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. The on and off ramp are expected to remain open during daytime hours while remaining work is completed. The project is expected to be fully complete by the end of spring. Hundreds of people made their way to the BC legislature today, not for government business or to protest, but to party. It's a warm-up event for the upcoming FIFA World Cup, and CTV's Anna McMillan takes us there now.
Ready, 1, 2, 3, go.
On a Tuesday during working hours, soccer fans descend on the lawn of BC's legislature, ready to party.
I took today off.
They're here for Canada Celebrates, a watch party for 3 matches leading up to the FIFA Men's World Cup.
It brings community together. It's something happy that's happening in the world for change.
It's world renowned and it's amazing to watch the atmosphere.
For the first time, Canada is one of the host countries for the World Cup, with 7 matches in Vancouver and 6 in Toronto.
We wanted to ensure that people across the country had the opportunity to experience FIFA and football and the FIFA World Cup, even though maybe they're not getting to the stadium or the matches.
FIFA is using this as a test run for up to 40 similar events from coast to coast.
I'm here today because my dad right here, he's a Canadian soccer alumni and in the Canadian Soccer Hall of Fame.
Buzz Parsons played for the Vancouver Whitecaps in the 70s.
There are more people in Canada now that are really soccer fans because the men's team are doing exceptionally well. The women's team have been incredible and win gold medals in the Olympics, things like that. So the sport is actually growing.
By noon, a crowd gathers to watch a match that ends up deciding Canada will play Bosnia and Herzegovina in its tournament opener.
I'm surprised for how many people have come out here on the lawn of the BC legislature on a Tuesday. Like, shouldn't you be at work? Shouldn't you be in school? But forget about all of that. It's been a good turnout.
The province has high hopes for what this could contribute to its plans to grow tourism.
The games will be happening this year, 2026, but in the next 10 years, we will be able to double tourism revenues.
The Downtown Victoria Business Association says this is also a win for locals.
It really speaks to, I think, what's going to happen over the 6 weeks of the World Cup this summer in downtown Victoria.
He says this is just the start, with more watch parties in the works ahead of the tournament, which begins on June 11th. Anna McMillan, CTV News, Victoria.
After more than 30 years of closing out the summer with blues and roots music in Victoria's Inner Harbour, the Victoria Jazz Society is pausing its Harbour Blues and Roots Festival. The festival, formerly known as Vancouver Island Blues Bash, is on hiatus for 2026. Organizers say the loss of vital corporate sponsorship, increasing logistics, and supply and labor costs are leaving the festival in a concerning financial situation.
Increased hotel costs, infrastructure costs for sites like fencing, even porta potties and stages, and artist fees and that have been primarily stable, but it's the infrastructure costs that have really affected the music festival landscape.
The Victoria Jazz Society hopes to secure funding and sponsorships in return for the 2027 summer season. The reopening of the Juan de Fuca Trail remains uncertain as we head into spring and summer's hiking season. The province says work continues along the trail that suffered significant storm damage in 2024 and 25, and sections remain damaged with unstable slopes, washouts, and fallen trees. In a statement to CTV, the Ministry of Environment and Parks says working in the area is challenging, and some of the major and complex repairs could not be completed until engineering and geotechnical assessments were done. Day use areas and backcountry campsites remain open at Mystic Beach, East Sombrio, China Beach, and Botanical Beach. The province hopes to provide more updates in the coming weeks. Still to come, the countdown to a moonshot.
You'd be able to sleep if you were going to the moon the next morning.
The Canadian contribution ready to launch, taking astronauts around the moon.
11 degrees for a daytime high in Victoria, still mostly cloudy, and 11. See a nice little warming trend through the first week of April. Some more rain in the forecast for tomorrow as well. Your full details right after the break.
CTV Weather brought to you by Expedia Cruises. Make the most of your next vacation by booking with those who've been there. Visit expediacruises.ca.
Last day of the month, Josh. April comes in tomorrow. What can we expect?
Some April showers to start the month and a warming trend. As we mentioned right before the break, temperatures today hit 11 degrees for a daytime high. I think over the course of the next couple of days, we're going to get into the low to mid-teens for daytime highs. It's 10 currently in Victoria at the airport, still 11 at Harbour, 12 Port Alberni, and 10 up in Port Hardy. We do see temperatures tomorrow similar to what we have today. It's after tomorrow that the big warm-up rolls in. This system is going to bring some rain to parts of the island through the overnight period. Take a look at your timeline here. Midnight or early tomorrow morning. Some rain from Victoria up through Nanaimo and Comox. There's a bit of a break midday, and then late in the day, the rain will return to Victoria. There's some heavier, steadier rain tomorrow morning and into the early afternoon hours out along the west coast. And there you go. Late afternoon into the evening hours, some more rain for Victoria. And I think that's probably where most of the rainfall comes in. Anywhere between 10, maybe as much as 15 millimeters, with the bulk of that falling through the evening. By Thursday, still fairly cloudy skies across most of the island, but it does look like will be dry for most areas on Thursday. Windy, gusts to about 60 kilometers per hour, maybe even upwards of 80 closer to the coast, and periods of rain, about 8 degrees for a high tomorrow. 12 and partly cloudy Thursday, and then the rain returns for Friday and Saturday. Nice little warm-up, though, up to 12 for the weekend. Speaking of a warm-up, look at those weekend temperatures for inland areas. 16s Saturday, Sunday with a mix of sun and cloud. Some morning rain tomorrow, and then mostly cloudy in the afternoon with a high of 10. Sunnier and 13 on Thursday. Out on the west coast, morning rain. That'll carry through into the early afternoon hours. Then it tapers off later in the day. 10 degrees for a high tomorrow. Partly cloudy, 11 on Thursday. Rainy for Friday, but the Easter weekend looks dry. Periods of rain, gusts to about 50 or 60 kilometers per hour in Comox tomorrow. 9 degrees. And then 12 on Thursday with partly cloudy skies. A chance of some showers for Friday. That doesn't look like really heavy rain. And then the sun comes out for the weekend. And a daytime high should be about 13 or 15 degrees. 10 in Nanaimo. A little breezy, gust to about 40 kilometers per hour. And some rain, maybe as much as 10 to 15 millimeters worth. Partly cloudy and 12 for Thursday. Showers potentially in the morning hours Friday. I think most of Friday's just mostly cloudy. Some clearing and low to mid-teens for Saturday, Sunday. And in Victoria, 5 degrees tomorrow. You get that chance of rain overnight tonight and early in the morning. Then cloudy through the day. A little gusty. Gust to about 60 kilometers per hour. Maybe even out over the water closer to 80 kilometers per hour. And later in the day, you get some heavier, steadier rain. Again, about 10 to 15 millimeters worth. 10 degrees for a high tomorrow. And then by the weekend, 15 and 17. For daytime highs. CTV Weather is brought to you by Expedia Cruises for air, land, and sea vacations. So wet and windy tomorrow, and then the sun comes out just in time for the weekend. and a nice little warm-up as well.
That's what we want to hear. Thanks, Josh. Well, check your HelloFresh meal kit on your doorstep today, as Health Canada has issued a recall warning for certain cheeses in the kits. The recall is for possible listeria contamination. Packages of shredded Parmesan cheese, curds, feta, goat, and mozzarella cheese have been impacted. Listeria won't make the products smell or look spoiled, but can cause nausea and fever and other undesirable symptoms. Health Canada says do not consume the products. They should be discarded or returned. Well, we are just under 24 hours before the next launch window opens for the Artemis 2 mission that will blast Canada's Jeremy Hansen and 3 other astronauts around the moon and back. If all goes according to plan this time, the crew will take off tomorrow night. CTV's Heather Wright is at Cape Canaveral to witness history and the lead up to it.
With every second that passes, the Artemis 2 gets closer to liftoff.
There was a lot of smiles today, so felt really good about that. As the team is preparing, I think everybody's pretty excited and understands the significance of this launch.
The team has spent the day doing a number of final checks to the spacecraft, which will soon embark on a 10-day mission around the moon, while the astronauts, including Canadian Jeremy Hansen, remain in quarantine, waiting for tomorrow's planned launch.
He'll be spending time with people who are really close to him, family, and he's probably going to be going to bed really early and sleep shifting so that they can get on the schedule they'll be on for this moon mission. Now, whether or not he'll be successful, I don't know. Do you think you'd be able to sleep if you were going to the moon the next morning?
Joshua Kutrick is a Canadian astronaut who says a lot needs to go right for a successful liftoff tomorrow.
It's immensely complicated. It is the most powerful rocket that's ever been built, and it's full of millions of high-tech components. So technologically, this is a very big challenge.
And the challenges are only going to grow, with NASA unveiling ambitious plans for space exploration, including a moon base by 2030.
I think of this as just the opening chapter in a grand story of astronauts going to and from the moon with great frequency.
To achieve those goals, NASA Administrator Jarek Isaacman says collaborating with international partners like Canada will be critical.
Canada is leaning forward with robotic expertise for our ambitions on the lunar surface. It's exciting to think about the potential when you're not just going to the moon for a couple of days, but actually trying to create an enduring presence for, its scientific and economic potential.
Canada's partnership with NASA dates back decades, with Hansen set to become the first non-American to travel to deep space.
It is space diplomacy, and Jeremy is emblematic of that.
Absolutely.
He brings a huge, powerful capability, but it's also the whole country and our industrial capabilities, what we bring to the table. That's why we're here.
The launch window officially opens at 6:24 p.m. tomorrow. And while officials say there is an 80% chance of favorable weather, these strong winds and cumulus clouds are in the forecast, something NASA's weather officer will be keeping a close eye on as we get closer to liftoff. Heather Wright, CTV News, Cape Canaveral, Florida.
Coming up, hopeful hummingbirds. Adam finds out how a man is being inspired by the unexpected arrival of a feathered family in his backyard. Next on the Sawatsky Sign-Off.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Finally, Adam finds out how a small hummingbird in a local backyard is making a big impact with people around the world on the Sawatsky Sign-Off.
After he first noticed the bird in his backyard, Jorge Parra didn't give it a second thought.
Okay, whatever. And then all of a sudden we kind of looked and we go, hey, there's a nest.
A nest being built by a hummingbird who Jorge and his wife named Amor.
And it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. We go, wow, this is amazing.
And soon Amor started making it fuller and fuller.
Next thing you know, there's an egg. And we saw the egg.
And then there were two, the size of Tic Tacs, before hatching.
Oh, there's the baby!
To reveal siblings no bigger than jelly beans.
Such an incredible little creature came out of that egg.
They named the first Pickle before calling the second Jelly Bean.
This is such an amazing experience. I don't want to be the only one enjoying it. I want everybody else to enjoy it.
So Jorge set up a camera, focused it on the feathered family, and started live streaming it daily.
You see these little creatures, you just can't help but smile.
But Jorge never imagined just how helpful those smiles would be for the hundreds of people who started watching his video in 13 countries around the world.
They say, yes, there's a war going on, but you know what? This gives me a break.
And the moments of peace, the moments of caring, the moments when siblings encourage each other to spread their wings, gives them hope.
Forget about all the bad stuff and just watch nature, watch beauty, watch life grow.
And know that even when it seems like everything is going wrong, if you take the time to look, you can always find something to remind you that everything will work out right.
There's no other feeling than just joy. These little creatures are bringing joy and peace.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Vancouver.
The Sawatsky Sign-Off, brought to you by Coastal Community Credit Union. Bank happy at Coastal Community Credit Union.
That is it for CTV News Vancouver Island. Thank you so much for joining us. Good night.